comes as no surprise, but once again, Call of Duty is the top-selling game of the year. Doesn't matter how good or how bad the game is, doesn't matter whether reviews are decent or not, or how many problems the game has with the connection. Without a Grand Theft Auto level game being released this year, Call of Duty has taken the top spot in sales. I'm sure this was about as surprising as a YouTube owner having to go fuck himself. Now, the gameplay in the background comes from my buddy Iris, and he sent in some shit with some opening graphic and intro and whatnot, and I had to cut that shit out. Fuck that, man. I don't need that junk in my videos. But in any event, people have been asking me, how do you submit footage? And the easiest way to do it is through Prestige Gamers. Create an account if you don't have one, and then you can send me a private message with the footage or whatever you have. Anything above 8 minutes is fine. There's no limit on how long the video can be, because I can always shorten that motherfucker, and it also needs to be somewhat of a decent quality. No toaster recordings, no choppy shit, no after-touch effects or whatever the fuck. Just the raw file will be perfectly fine. Now, on to the subject at hand with the Advanced Warfare sales. Analysts predicted it, I predicted it, but there was no question Advanced Warfare was going to be the top seller this year. Without a true Battlefield game, with Destiny's massively overhyped incomplete game, and the lack of a Grand Theft Auto caliber game, there was no challenge this year to Call of Duty returning to the top of the list. On the flip side, like Ghost last year, the sales actually took a bit of a dip. Activision likes to lie about their actual numbers, and they trump up what they sold to retailers, but when retailers reported their sales figures, it was a few million lower than what Activision had bragged about. Activision lying? Now there's a shocker. But regardless of how these criminals cook their books and lie about money, Call of Duty is going to be the top-selling game this year. And here's the funny thing. It has nothing to do with quality at this point. It has nothing to do with the competition or what other studios are rolling out, console generation change, or anything that is game-related these days. Call of Duty isn't pulling in massive sales numbers because the game is awesome. There's just one reason, and one reason only, that it keeps selling. Peer pressure. That's it. That's the gist. Call of Duty is always going to sell if your friends bought it, if your friends are having fun and you don't want to miss out on that shit. That's always been the never-ending perpetual cycle. People don't want to miss out on Call of Duty in case it's actually fun, in case it actually improves, in case it rekindles the magic that made the first couple of games so damn addicting. Whether or not each year's game actually improves upon its flaws are irrelevant. What's important to players is not being left out on something that could provide hours of fun and entertainment. Now, stroll down memory lane with me for a minute. We can't argue with Call of Duty 4's popularity. Call of Duty was originally that cute little World War II franchise on PC, but morphed into the online frenzy because of that game. It was the first game to top Halo and online play figures, World at War we know about, and Modern Warfare 2 when it came out, with all its fun and flaws and shit like that, the popularity was far-reaching. Midnight releases of the game when it came out, YouTube channels popping up with people showing off their gameplay. I was certainly one of them, I can't lie. Clans being formed, websites being formed, MLG getting in on the action. By the time Modern Warfare 2 came out, capitalizing on Call of Duty 4's popularity, Activision Infinity Ward were set. You played Call of Duty, or you knew someone that played Call of Duty. You turned on YouTube, and there were literally thousands of Call of Duty videos per day, from gameplays to montages to commentaries. No game had that following, other than maybe Halo or World of Nerdcraft. No game could compete with the sales figures of Call of Duty, no matter how great the franchise was. Halo, Uncharted, Portal, Skyrim, Java, that fucking game. And then along came one game that finally kicked its ass, and it was a franchise that was the Call of Duty of the prior console generation, Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas alone sold more games on PlayStation 2 than any other non-bundled game in history, and remains the highest-selling single console game not affiliated with any kind of bundle or price difference or shit like that. The PlayStation 2 version topped everything in sales, including all the current Call of Duty games. So yes, it took a major franchise to finally catch Call of Duty and blow it out the water. But 8 out of 9 games, it outsold everything else, all because of peer pressure. And I'll be the first to admit, peer pressure got the better of me a couple times so far. I was not sold on the idea of buying Black Ops 1, but my online friends were getting it. My subscribers to my growing channel at the time wanted to see it, so naturally, I got it. I regret it, but I got it anyway. Modern Warfare 3 was the same shit. YouTube subscribers love watching Call of Duty videos. My hipfire commentaries were more watched when it was Black Ops 1 than any other content. Well, except for Dora the Explorer, Techno Kitty, and the Earthquake Survival shit. So I still with what worked. Peer pressure. Plain and simple. We buy Call of Duty because we don't want to feel left out. We play Call of Duty because our friends are on it, and Drive Club is a lonely place to play right now. We buy games based on what other people might play. A game like Destiny, which had massive hype, and I regret it later, had a ton of people that wanted to buy it and play it. Games like that people buy because of peer pressure. Call of Duty's popularity isn't going to die down anytime soon, long as people give in to the peer pressure. When your friends say, you know what, fuck this game this year, people will stop buying it. When your friends say, you know what, I want to try Battlefield this year, people will stop playing it. When YouTube channels say, you know what, I want to stop suckering idiots into watching my content and just post things that I want to play instead of Call of Duty videos that make me money, then people will stop watching. Pfft. You know those YouTube whores love their money. They ain't giving that shit up, man. But anyway, here I am posting up one video and going back to Destiny, while the others post up 6 videos a day begging for views because, oh, it really helps me out. Come on, cum bucket. Just be honest and say people watching your videos and clicking your ads puts money in your pockets and you couldn't give 2 flying shits about who the actual viewers are. Yeah, you know what? I'll save that shit for another day or something because YouTube rants are always fucking fun. Look, basically, Call of Duty is still like crack to people. It's still a game you want to play with friends, and you don't want to miss out in case your friends are having a good time with it. It's a hope and wish that the game will return to the fun days of Call of Duty 4, and it rekindles some of that magic. Yet, you want to play it for 2 weeks, you and your friends realize it was a $60 mistake that you're stuck with now, and then you end up playing it just to get your money's worth out of this motherfucker, man. But I'll tell you right now, as long as this franchise continues to make games, as long as kids can continue to get their parents to give them $60 each year, and as long as Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't come out, Call of Duty is going to remain the top game in sales each and every year. It's never going to be about quality or entertainment anymore. It's about the peer pressure of having the game so that you don't feel left out. Because after all, what the fuck else are you going to do? Play World of Nerdcraft as a panda bear? Fuck all that shit, man. Anyways, the next video is coming up. Gonna get back into the Blueprint series on Destiny. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.